Welcome to the 4th of July, Independence Day posting. I'll start from 2017 and work back to 2014, and we'll take it from there. Something should not happen, but they do. Australia's peak racist body, the Australian Human Rights Council, has divided Australia into 4 races: Indigenous, Anglo-Celtic, other European, and non-European. Israeli Jews are designated non-European. MP Bob Katter has declared he is Aboriginal. Racial designation should not have meaning in public administration. That there are such divisions is sinister. No good purpose is served by apartheid. Even JFK knew that. Today is U.S. Independence Day. The USA has to deal with a world that contains North Korea, whom today launched a missile capable of carrying a nuclear warhead. How will President Trump respond? Obama would have found a way of giving North Korea access to better equipment. Trump is likely to deal with China to isolate Northern Korea, but he also might be more direct. General MacArthur would have prevented North Korea's activity, but Truman stopped him because Truman wanted the kind of Cold War activity North Korea is engaged in. It is difficult to find a single competent Democrat president. In 362 BC, the Battle of Mantinea, the Thebans, led by Epaminondas, defeated the Spartans. The fight was a standstill, with the Thebans losing their king and his successors, and the Spartans losing prestige from another defeat. It presaged their kingdom's losing to Alexander the Great soon after. 414, Emperor Theodosius II, age 13, yielded power to his older sister, Aelia Pulcheria, who reigned as regent and proclaimed herself Empress Augusta of the Eastern Roman Empire. Brother and sister got along for half a century. 1054, a supernova was seen by Chinese, Arab, and possibly Amerindian observers near the star Zeta Tauri. For several months it remained bright enough to be seen during the day. Its remnants form the Crab Nebula. 1776, the American Revolution, the United States Declaration of Independence, was adopted by the Second Continental Congress. 1803, the Louisiana Purchase was announced to the American people. 1826, Thomas Jefferson, 3rd President of the United States, died the same day as John Adams, 2nd President of the United States, on the 50th anniversary of the adoption of the United States Declaration of Independence. 1827, slavery was abolished in New York State. 1831, Samuel Francis Smith wrote "My Country, 'Tis of Thee" for the Boston, Massachusetts July 4th festivities. 1855, in Brooklyn, New York City, the first edition of Walt Whitman's book of poems, Leaves of Grass, was published. 1862, Lewis Carroll told Alice Liddell a story that would grow into Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and its sequels. 1865, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland was published. In 1903, Dorothy Levitt was reported as the first English woman to compete in a motor race. 1910, African-American boxer Jack Johnson knocked out white boxer Jim Jeffries in a heavyweight boxing match, sparking race riots across the United States. In 1911, a massive heat wave struck the northeastern United States, killing 380 people in 11 days and breaking temperature records in several cities. 1914, the funeral of Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife, Sophie, took place in Vienna 6 days after their assassination in Sarajevo. In 1918, World War I, the Battle of Hamel, a successful attack by the Australian Corps against German positions near the town of La Hamel on the Western Front. On 1918, Bolsheviks killed Tsar Nicholas II of Russia and his family. Julian calendar date 1934, Leo Szilard patented the chain reaction design for the atomic bomb. 1939, Lou Gehrig, recently diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, informed a crowd at Yankee Stadium that he considered himself the luckiest man on the face of the earth, then announced his retirement from Major League Baseball. In 1941, Nazi troops massacred Polish scientists and writers in the captured Ukrainian city of Lviv. Also in 1941, World War II, the burning of the Riga Synagogue, the Great Choral Synagogue in Germany, occupied Riga, was burned with 300 Jews locked in the basement. 1946, the Kiel's pogrom against Jewish Holocaust survivors in Poland. In some ways, the pogrom continues today. In 1950, Radio Free Europe first broadcasts. 1951, a court in Czechoslovakia sentenced American journalist William N. Otis to 10 years in prison on charges of espionage. 1976, Israeli commandos raided Entebbe airport in Uganda, rescuing all but 4 of the passengers and crew of an Air France jetliner seized by Palestinian terrorists. In 1977, the George Jackson Brigade planted a bomb at the main power substation for the Washington state capitol in Olympia in solidarity with a prison ship at the Walla Walla State Penitentiary Intensive Security Unit. In their defense, they wanted to overthrow Jimmy Carter. In 1987, in France, former Gestapo chief Klaus Barbie, also known as the Butcher of Lyon, was convicted of crimes against humanity and sentenced to life imprisonment. 2012, the discovery of particles consistent with the Higgs boson at Large Hadron Collider was announced at CERN.